Hello everyone. We're in a different spot today. We're across the table. And because that side of the table is a giant mess and really I can't be bothered right now to clean it, we will drink today IkenoyaEn Fukamushicha from Saitama, Japan. So this is pretty close to Tokyo. They call it Sayama-cha, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, I'm going to be teaching a class later on today about the high-end Chinese tea. So all of my stuff is in a box in the car already. I just figured I don't have to leave for half an hour, so I might try and sneak one of these videos in. Work when you can, because sometimes you can't. So as you expect with Fukamushicha, there's a lot of really fine flakes and or powder. It's fragrant. Let's have a look. Fragrant, fruity, sweet green. Went in my nose. Baked apples and limes. There's something creamy about it too. Now I equate that creaminess to in some pies, when you bake them, you're going to have a crust on the outside, then a layer of custard, and then a fruit. This happens more so in peach pies and plum pies, from my experience so far. It's not as common with apple pie. But I guess that cream, that custard usually has something like a vanilla flavor, something pretty basic. And it just, it's a nice buffer so that maybe the fruit juices can't really seep into the pie. I'm actually not really sure why it's there. That's just a guess. Anyway, I guess what I'm saying is it has the aroma of that custard between the layers of a pie sometimes. Yeah, other than that, it's just fragrant and green. The water was just in the filter. I'm gonna pause this for a second. Okay. Yeah, there is one other thing I would comment about the aroma. Despite it being creamy, there is a sharpness to it. It's hard to describe sharpness. I mean, maybe it's not. Maybe I'm overthinking it. But it's like you can feel it. You can feel it in your nose. It's like the aroma is like a tornado, very fast-moving wind, and that sometimes the wind can cut you. It's not cutting my nose, but you can feel these sharp little wisps of aroma come in, and there's a sensation that you can feel. Other than that, anyway, I would say it's fruity. The leaf size is quite different. So you've got some leaves that look like they're up to an inch. Maybe they could be longer, but not really. So an inch, but then you've got a lot which is like that. Really fine flake. Yes, you get the point. It smells fine. It doesn't smell like it's going to be bad. I will chill down the water once it boils for 2 minutes before we start. Brew this around, should be around 70 Celsius. That's the point. Yeah, I'll be back soon. So using my newfound technique as of yesterday, I have done the glass carafe aroma vessel. Let's see if I smell anything different. No, but the theanine aroma is way stronger. There's an element of nori, an element of wasabi. Alexa, stop. And an element of mayonnaise. There's a creamy, eggy something or other. Very much condimenty. That's freaking hot today for some reason. Alexa, start a timer for 2 minutes. I think the lack of sleep made my skin weak. So far, all I have is hot dust. And that is a very specific aroma to me, in that if you turn on a blow dryer and the heating coils get hot, I guess it's not dust, is it? Well, it smells like hot air then, but dry hot air, not humid hot air like you would expect coming in steam. Very dry. And then I need a filter. Of course, all my nice filters are packed away, so I'll use the kitchen filter. Has no smell. I don't suspect it will stay like this in this weak sense. I think that is just because the aroma is down here. And I also don't suspect that it's going to stay this color. It's going to go a lot darker, I think. But let's see. Alexa, stop. Okay. That's why you use the right tools for the job. Some leaf has escaped. Okay. Well, it is darker. It is harder to see what's going on. Can we look through it? No, not really. You can see that there's a pencil. Barely. But you can't read any text. So I say the clarity is 1 out of 10. color is a nice olive yellow. There is a pungency, but there's also a sweetness. Sweetness is the bigger of the two. I don't think this is Yabukita. But I'm not at the level to say what. One thing I would mention is that I feel like I am at that level for matcha. Just not in my head. In my notes I am. So the matcha that I had yesterday that was so delicious and so pistachio-like, I think there's only a couple of cultivars that were able to pull that off. And again, I don't have the information stored in my head yet, but I do have that written down when I did like a cultivar cross tasting course from Packet. It's a thing that you could buy from Unomi. Okay. Green and sweet. It's not a whole lot else to look at, just to find. The color is actually quite beautiful once it settles down. You can see a lot of suspended particles kind of floating around in there. So it doesn't smell like Yabukita, it does not taste like Yabukita. It's thick. The mouthfeel is rich. Just the flavors, they don't develop the same way. Saying that it's thick is really, that needs more clarity. So yes, it does have nice mouthfeel, but it seems like you progress through whatever flavors that it has very slowly. It's like you're trying to walk through water. There's a lot of resistance, and it's like your taste buds have to force themselves through this really thick layer of resistance to get through and to see the whole picture here, which is interesting. Also feels very heavy. Doesn't feel like a light tea. I don't know, maybe that's because I'm tired, but it feels like it's exhausting to drink it. It's making me tired to even to drink this. It's like weights are being put on my shoulders and I'm being like I don't know, crushed. I'm so poetic today. Blades of wind cut your nose. The weight of the tea crushes your shoulders. Well, in a more tangible sense, it's oily. I don't know if I always do it, but right now I tend to be rubbing my tongue on the roof of my mouth quite a bit to maybe to feel the oiliness. That might also be to deal with the astringency, because it also is astringent. Yeah, there's not much else in the aroma. It's a mist brew. I think that this is not bad quality, but I brewed it in a way which makes it uninteresting, and that's my bad. It's my fault. This I wouldn't recommend anyone else does it like this, unless you really want to see what I'm saying. But because we only have a limited amount, I think that you should do cooler and stronger than this. Cooler because, as I said, you can get the theanine aroma in the leaf when, well, especially that was apparent when I had it on the sides of the glass. But that is not in here. Like, there is no umami in this current form. So why shade the teas if you're not going for umami? Maybe you do. Maybe that's a question I'm ignorant to. If there's another reason why you'd do it. Maybe it's to negate astringency. But that didn't happen here. Okay. Looks like I'm running out of time. Let's go through the taste graph. Why are you so frustrating? Okay, aroma is a 4. Concentration is a 5. Astringency is a 3. Finish is a 3 or a 4. Three. And the weight is a 6 or a 7. Go 6. Umami 0, I guess. Yeah, I would say 0. My impression is that it's not as amazing as the well, it's not even Kabusecha. This is just Fukamushicha. So I'm crazy. Sorry, I was somehow thinking that this was Kabusecha for the whole time. That's why I was talking about the wrapping and stuff like that. Sorry, I misspoke a lot. This also smells nice and sweet. Yeah, kind of sugary, kind of candied vegetables. Like if you took green peas and cooked them in sugar syrup, not taken dark, not caramel, just sugar syrup, and either you eat them as a dessert like that, or you dry them out to be like crystallized crystallized peas, maybe something like that. I would say. Okay, so that's a little embarrassing. Sorry, IkenoyaEn. I will try you again, hopefully tonight, if I don't get home too late. Fukamushicha ne. Okay, thank you. Bye.